Hi, you guys. It's your fellow Cornball here, Jalissa Bri. If you don't know me by now, get to know me. Got a lot of shit coming up today. How you guys been? It's been a wonderful weekend. Had a great weekend at the Pyrex Battle League event. For those of y'all who bought your streams, and popped up at the event, I'm pretty sure y'all enjoyed yourselves. We had a great time. Especially for those who popped up at the event, we definitely had a good time. Hopefully we'll get somebody up here from the event to recap the night and go over that. But today is a different kind of cornball day. It's a let's talk. We talking about politics today.
For sure.
Definitely. For those of y'all who don't know, this is one of my best friends.
What's up?
Mr. Anthony Rhone.
Prince Anthony Rhone, what's happening with you? Glad to be here with Jalissa Bri, the original Queen Cornball.
Hell yeah.
Of it all. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come by and chit-chat with you
baby.
a little bit. Kind of talk to you a little bit, Queen Cornball. So we're going to QCB.
Yep.
Queen Cornball. This is Queen Cornball, Jalissa Bri. QCBJB.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'll be your new acronym. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of use
QCB.
that.
I take that. I take
No,
that.
QCBJB.
QCBJB?
Yeah. Queen Cornball, Jalissa Bri.
I take it.
All right.
I take it. Shoot. That is definitely different. Shoot, nobody really gave me a nickname on the Cornball Corner, but hey.
First time.
First
it
time.
is, no doubt.
It's always a first time for everything, because we still in our first.
It is.
We still in our first.
That's what's up.
I can't wait till I get to the 20th episode. I don't know what I'm going to do then. I have no idea yet. But I kind of want my artists to do something fun. We'll see what happens.
Congratulations on your battles, your wins, your losses.
Shoot.
You know, you're doing some good things on that level. You definitely got a lot of good people checking in with you. You're giving the community out there an insight into some things that they may not even know is going on, is happening. So congratulations on that. That's a really big thing.
I'm trying. And it's only because there's so much out there. There's so many people out there that are talented. There's so many people that have gifts or have businesses that can really help. And there's people out there that have knowledge that can really help. And that's ultimately what I'm looking for, is the people that have knowledge that are willing to help and help better the kids. That's my ultimate goal.
Okay. That's what it's all about.
That's my ultimate goal.
You're a part of that. So what we getting into today?
Today we get into talking about this Trump situation. I know I wanted to have, that guy. The
president of POTUS.
Yeah, POTUS. Yeah.
45-47. Might be a good number to play. 45-47. 7, 4, 4, 5, or you can play it.
4 and 7 years ago.
It's something different.
That's all I could think of when I hear that
shit. Something different going on, no doubt about
that. Man, crappy guy, dude. I ain't even gonna cap. Crappy guy. And such a conniving snake to this what you call America.
My question is, what would Trump be doing different than any nigga with the same power? I mean, like, if a black man had the power to do what Trump is doing, would he do anything different? What Trump is doing, he's basically taxing the whole world and basically saying, kiss the ring. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying, you know what time it is, nigga. Get it up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in a situation where you're the most powerful man in the world and you got the world's richest man down with you. So you got the world's most powerful man and you got the world's most richest man. And you got Congress saying we abdicate our responsibility. We give you authority to raise tariffs. We give you authority to raise taxes. We give you these authorities, which is supposed to be us. And the Supreme Court say whatever you do, you cannot be convicted. If a nigga had that kind of power, if any black man that you know, or any black woman that you know had that much power where they rule the world, they got the most powerful military, they got the biggest economy, they have authority, they can change the days if they want to. They can say, we ain't having daylight saving time no more. They can say 12 o'clock ain't 12 o'clock no more, 12 o'clock is 1 o'clock. No, these niggas, I mean, they got shit like that, and they can do whatever they want. If you had that kind of power, if any nigga you know had that kind of power, what would they do different? I think that's what the people want to know.
What would they do
I think the people want to know, yeah. Instead of talking about Trump and how fucked up Trump is, let's talk about how any nigga with his power or any other cracker with his power would not only do what he's doing, but probably create some shit that's... He's
literally creating a dictatorship. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
That's basically what it is. He's trying to be like Vladimir Putin And don't get me to say
Xi Jinping.
And
Rocket Man.
Ron, them people.
Yeah.
We get them nicknames because ain't nobody can pronounce that shit. Let's be honest. But he's trying to be a dictator.
Is he trying?
Well, successfully, he is doing that.
Yeah, he's pretty much cool.
He's successfully doing that. He's been doing that since day one. That's the sad part. And by the way, you guys, y'all can send in messages, send in comments, questions that y'all want to know, or even pitch into the conversation. We'd love that. But nah, he's trying to be a dictator. I believe so. Definitely very much been doing that since day one, since he started signing all them bills and everybody was like, yeah, we just gonna let you do what you want. And the fact nobody rioted when they lost their fucking rights is beyond me.
But let me ask you this. How can they riot about something that was given to them by a white man and another white man in his same position took it away? If the white man giveth, the white man taketh away. You know, Christians always say the Lord, which is the master, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. If a white man was the president and he said niggas can have equal rights, then all it takes is another white man who is the president to say no, niggas can't.
You got a light?
No, I don't. I don't have a light. I'm sorry, I do not.
That's okay.
I do not know. No, I do have a light.
But you're right.
Smoke break
because
here,
they did tell us.
Corner.
Oh, always.
They did
tell us back in the day, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. But at the same time,
Newport.
Shut up. At the same time, I feel like most of that Bible, there's truth. Don't get me wrong. There's truth to it. Some truth. But not everything in there that is true. It's like, how can I explain it? It's like how a beginner magician do the easiest tricks and you can see the sleight of hand. Like, I'm seeing that.
What if the whole Bible itself is a lie, but at the same time it's an allegory?
I could believe that.
An allegory or a story that not only tells you how things really are, but gives you cues to tap into your imagination so that you can see what the true meaning of things is. For instance, Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel, the book of Daniel, right? Mm-hmm. In the book of Daniel, he had a guy named Nebuchadnezzar who had a dream about building a statue made of gold, bronze, and iron, right? And so he saw this image and he set this image up and he was curious about this dream. And he said, if any man can tell me, then I'll do this and I'll do that. And Daniel was the guy that could kind of reveal to him. But really what Daniel revealed to him was you're basically going to build a monument to yourself. And it's going to be a beautiful thing and everybody's going to bow down and worship it. But because it's not real, it's going to crumble. It's going to fall. You're going to lose your whole kingdom. And then Daniel says to him, behold, the axes lay at the root or the stump of the tree. Your tree is getting ready to be cut down. Is a second dream that Nebuchadnezzar had that was talking about a mighty great oak tree that all the creatures of the air lived in and all the beasts of the field lived under and all the people were prosperous. Isn't that America? I mean, a land where everything is beautiful, a land unlike any other land, a garden of Eden, all the animals eat, all the people eat, prosperity and everything else. Yeah. But it was basically saying when that tree got to a certain height, once that tree got to a certain limit, that there was already a axe at the stump of the tree ready to chop it down. And it said, oh, how the mighty has fallen. That's speaking about Lucifer. I mean, so even though the Bible may just be an allegory, what if from a programming standpoint, what if the code for the future has already been written in the past? And that by understanding the past, you get insight into things that haven't even happened yet.
Well, they do say history repeats itself. Mm-hmm. So, basically, if that's the case, because I feel like we are kind of heading toward a depression. Big time. And it might be one of the biggest depressions of the century yet. But everything does repeat itself. Every 100 years is the same shit.
Cycles. Mm-hmm.
Same shit.
In people's lives, in politics, and in the world, and in life in itself.
Still have the same mindset. Nobody has grew out of that old conditioned mindset.
We're living in a time where as parents we can't really prepare our children for what is coming Because the reality is we've never been here before. The world is warming up. Climate change is a real thing that is taking place. The position and the place of America in the world is being dismantled by Trump right in front of the whole world. The old order of things has passed away. In the back of a dollar bill, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, and order of the new world. Trump has become Lucifer. He has become the bright, shining one. He has become the anointed man, the man of the world.
So if he is Lucifer, who's the Antichrist?
Well, so
I'm going to say wrong.
What do we mean when we say Lucifer? We're, from a biblical standpoint, we're talking about what people think is the devil. Mm-hmm. But when we're talking about it from an Illuminati standpoint, Lucifer is the man of power that the world has been working for thousands of years, coordinating certain events throughout history in different places at different times, to lead to a time in history where one man and one nation would rise up to be the one man and the one nation with the one religion and the one faith that will rule the whole entire world. He's Lucifer. When you see the eye of Lucifer in the pyramid that is on top of what you think is a pyramid, it's not actually a pyramid. And the reason why it's not a pyramid is because it has four sides. It has the top, it has the two sides, and it has the bottom. The pyramid itself is actually that which is surrounding the eye. And the eye is the eye of Lucifer. It goes back to an old saying, basically meaning he with one eye in the land of the blind is king. If everybody in the kingdom is blind, but I got one eye, I can see shit they can't see, and I can make shit happen. And what they can't see, I can tell them what to see. I can tell them what to think. I can tell them what to believe, and they will follow me, and I can rule the whole world through that. So what I'm talking about when I say Lucifer is not necessarily the devil. I'm talking about the bright, shining one. I'm talking about that one man that has been groomed for a certain time as this, a certain time where the whole order of life changes. We're at a stage. It shifts. It's a shift. We're at a stage now with artificial intelligence and them building robots that they can then plant artificial intelligence, which learned its coding from human beings that can technically have the knowledge of the whole world in its computer bank. So essentially, man has left from being a creation of God to destroying God and becoming God himself.
Yes, but you also have to realize, like, there's a season for everything. Literally, a season for everything. And most of the times, we create those reasons for that season. We do. We create those reasons for that season. We set off the chain reaction by how we choose. Ultimately, our free will that we fucking have has consequences. I don't care what nobody says. Your free will has consequences. Because everybody's life has a purpose. Y'all may not believe it, but everybody's life has a purpose. So, even though we have that free will, not all the time do we choose to go after our purpose. We just choose to do whatever the fuck we want.
But isn't it the free will that gives us the right to be gods?
Yep, but it's also the free will to give us the right to be naive to people's bullshit, too.
That very thing that has been given us to bless us can become the very thing that destroys us and kills
exactly.
us as well.
Exactly.
Like the vote. What is the right to vote? The right to vote is you giving your power and your authority and your free will to another person. Mm-hmm. When you vote for a candidate, when you vote for president, you're basically saying, I vote for this person to rule over me. I vote for this person to be my Lord and Master. I vote for this person to make up all the rules and all the rights and all the responsibilities. And whatever group that is the most people, that's a democracy. If 78 million people say, yes, I want him as the president, even though he's a convict, even though he's a child molester, even though he's this, even though he's that, even though he's been down with Jeffrey Epstein, even though he's been impeached twice, even though all of this shit, I'd rather have him than a black woman who's overqualified to fill that position. Because all of this shit with Trump started during Obama's administration. Remember, Trump got to be popular because he questioned Obama's Americanhood. He basically said Obama's not from America. And that's how Trump was interjected into the conversation of Barack Obama being a plant by the United States government to take over and all this kind of stuff. And he started all kind of conspiracy theories about how the cabal and the government wanted to take over and they were going to install their own people and the Democrats this and the Democrats. It was perfect fodder for people who were feeling underrepresented. Perfect fodder for white men who were feeling like black men were having better jobs than them. Perfect fodder for black women who were successful versus white women who were staying at home smoking meth or whatever the case may be. So this made the white people, who were always the general population, become upset and have a gripe against black people in general. All Trump would have to do now is fan the flames. It's all socio-psychological. It's socio-psychological. It's social because it deals with people and how people respond and how people deal with certain stimuli that comes from the government, that comes from politics, that come from community. So that's on the one level. But on the other level, it deals with what people believe in, their truth, their reality, their experiences. And once they can find somebody who can really speak for what they're going through and what they're dealing with and who looks like them, that person becomes a messiah. Mm-hmm. He becomes the anointed one. So no matter how we look at it, whether we like Trump or not, 78 million people, more people voted for him to be president than not. And in a democracy, that means he wins. He takes that to mean I have a mandate. I have been chosen by the majority of people in the world or in the United States of America to do this, to deport this and to do that and da. They're basically saying, we trust you, Mr. Trump, and whatever you decide, then that's how it's going to be for America because you know better than anybody else.
Does that not mean he was going to make America great again?
You are the anointed one. You convinced people. You fed the people the bullshit, and they opened their mouth and they ate spoonfuls of bullshit. Yep. And they liked it. You put a little bit of salt on that bitch. You put a little bit of pepper, some paprika. You know what I'm saying? You put some fucking some garnish on that bitch. You made it. It was still green and it was still brown. Yeah, you mixed that bitch up and you fed it to them spoon by spoon, and they ate the bullshit.
Every single drop.
That's it.
Every single fucking drop. And everybody who didn't vote or either voted for Kamala is sitting back looking at all you dumb
Kamala was never going to win. Kamala was never going to win because...
she's a woman.
Not just because she's a woman, not just because she's black. Because the American idea was based on white supremacy. This is the reason why. The whole idea of America never included black people. Black people were a means to an end. It's like Adam and Eve, right? Eve wasn't his wife, not to him. To him, that bitch was a way. I need money. I'm broke. I need me a hoe I can pimp. And I need me a bitch that can get out there on Fifth Street and make me that money. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to put that bitch out there. I'm going to put that hoe out there. No, I'm going to put that hoe out there. And I'm going to make that hoe get that money. You understand what I'm saying? That bitch going to eat. And if she don't die, then the fruit is okay, and I can go ahead and eat it. But if the bitch die, I ain't fucking with that fruit. So I need that hoe to run out there first. And just like with deer, the male deer send the female deer out first. So if anybody gonna get shot, that bitch gonna get shot first. So I mean, it's the law of the jungle.
You tell me he used the bitch as a trap?
Yes, yeah, trap bitch.
The bitch up.
Yeah, the first he set the first trap. He's the trapper, the original gangster, OG, triple OG. You know what I'm saying? He first pimp. You know what I'm saying? That's my own. When she was born, she didn't even know her name. He told her, your name shall be this. He told her who the fuck she was, who she belonged to, what it's going to be, how it's going to get down. She came on the scene. She was completely ignorant. She didn't have no fucking clue. He told her what the fucking thing. I'm your man. You going to be named after me, bitch. You my hoe. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You mine. And bitch, get your ass up there, get that fruit and bring it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, you got to look at things a little deeper than what these folk trying to tell you is all I'm trying to say. It gets a little intense sometimes when you really think about it.
It's full of parables, though.
It is.
It's full of parables, so you never really know the true meaning.
What is the fucking truth?
Exactly. It's full of parables. That's why I really wish the Book of Enoch was in that, like it's supposed to be. But then again, they would have been altered that and distorted that in any kind of way they wanted to. But I want to get that.
So what is the, okay. So then the question becomes this, and I only got 15 more minutes, but the truth becomes this. What is that truth that they do not want you to know? What did Enoch know? What was revealed to Enoch? When you talk about the Book of Enoch, what was revealed to Enoch that the world, the system, doesn't want you to know? That's a good question. Here's a few good questions. Here's a few good questions. What was it that Abel knew that Cain would not respect? what was it that Enoch knew that if the world knew, it would change their whole perspective?
Pause. Before you do that, can I answer? Just from my thought on the Abel one.
Oh, see, now you stopping my flow.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
You know, so now I gotta stop back going. What was up with Abel and him being able to do this for y'all? But then Cain didn't get down with that. What did Abel knew that Cain didn't know? Number one. What did Enoch know that would change the whole course of human history? Number two. What did Methuselah know that Noah, who was his grandchild, who wasn't even born yet, could only find out after the flood? And what did Noah realize when God told him what he told him, and he didn't have nobody to help him build a boat, but he had to do it within 100 years? When you can answer these kind of questions, then you're answering the whole foundation of everything that we call faith, of everything that we believe in. And I'll give you a simple answer to it all. And then you can go ahead and say what you want to say about based on the first part, about what Abel knew. The thing that they don't want you to know, and the reason why they crucified Jesus Christ, is because it's not about a God that lives in heaven some way far away. It's about the God that you have sits on the throne of your heart that you're willing to obey and become obedient to, so that you can walk with him here in this world, in this reality, and have everything that he wants for you manifest, as opposed to you trying to figure out what you want to manifest for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so the part with Abel, this is just my theory, my logic. Everybody can come up with their own theory, their logic. You have the right to your own opinions. You're entitled to them. But this is just me. I felt like Abel actually took the time to seek God out, and from his heart. Not just doing shit to just do shit. Like when he sacrificed, I felt like he sacrificed from his heart. He questioned, Lord, what should I give you? And the thing Cain probably did was just follow what he saw. Never question why or even try to seek. That's what I feel like the difference is between the both of them. Honestly.
I'll agree with you on most of that. I will agree with you that Cain only did what he saw and what he listened to. And the reason why I say that is because Cain, being the firstborn and being the more bigger child and the more aggressive child, firstborn, would have been taken by his father, because his father was already cursed, that his father could not grow anything from the earth. The earth was cursed because of his sinfulness. So Adam couldn't actually cultivate anything. He couldn't actually grow anything. But he had knowledge of all things of the earth. He just needed a young man, his son, Cain, who would be able to let him put his voice inside of him and use his hands and his body and his mind and his feet to cultivate and to create and to do. So basically, Adam became the spirit of Cain. But who became the spirit of Abel? It would have been his mother. It would have been the first person who ever shed blood. And it would have been the first person whose blood the earth tastes. When Adam first met Eve, he had sex with her instantly. His dick got on the hard. He fell up in that pussy. He aggressively took that ass. And she bled. And blood was shed. And blood was, because she was a virgin, and blood was shed, and the earth opened its mouth to receive the first taste of blood. And Eve understood one thing right then and there. In order to appease God, you need blood. God became the God of blood. Every sacrifice, every offering from that point on would have to be a blood offering, has to be a blood sacrifice. Why? Because the truth of the matter is, before Eve showed up on the scene, Adam and God would have been a mutual relationship. That means whenever God showed up, Adam would have been filled of the Holy Ghost. He would have been communing and fellowshipping with the creator of the universe. But then God would leave, and Adam would have a chance to think for himself and call this what he wanted to call it, and call that what he wanted to call it, and call this what he wanted to call it, and call that. In other words, there were times when God fellowshiped with Adam, that Adam would become one with God, which would make Adam the Lord. But there was other times when God wouldn't be there. Adam would be on his own. Adam would see two monkey fucking, and his dick would get on the hard. And he would be thinking to himself, damn, I ain't got nothing to fuck. He'd go fuck a monkey. He'd go fuck a camel. He'd go fuck a cow. Because his dick was on the hard. His dick was like a force that was dragging him, saying, motherfucker, you need to stick me into something. And he looked around, and the Bible said he could not find any creature suitable for him. That's giving you a clue. That means he tried some shit out. He tried. If it said there was nothing suitable, the book now, I'm going by the book. If the book said he couldn't find nothing, If the book say he couldn't find it, that means he was looking for that shit. Now he was hitting the goats off in the ass. He was hitting the monkeys off. He was doing it, and he just couldn't get the same feeling. And his heart was desiring a woman, something likened unto him. And God felt sorry for the dude. You know what I'm saying? God felt sorry for him and took the desires of his heart, made him fall asleep, and created for him. Now listen to me now. Created for him the very thing that he wanted, which was him, except him instead of him having a flat chest, he wanted him to have a big chest. He saw himself in reverse. What would I like? What would be the opposite? What would be compliment to me? So I got a flat chest. I want a bitch with a big chest and big old titties. My thighs are thin. I want some big old thighs. I got a flat ass. I want a fat ass. I got something swinging between my legs with 2 little coconuts for that shit. I want something that ain't there with a hole in it so I can park my car in the garage. I mean, so he basically, if you think about it from that standpoint and look at his position as the anointed one, Ezekiel 28, you understand, chapter 1 through 17, if you ever want to read that, guys. Ezekiel 28, chapter 1 through 17, talks about the creature that was created in the Garden of Eden. He sealeth up the sun. He was full of wisdom and he was perfect in beauty. And all the diamonds and emeralds was his covering. He came out of the earth, but he sinned. Sin was found in him, and God cast him down to the earth, cast him out of the Garden of Eden. That sounds like a dude to me. It sounds like Adam. I mean, it sounds like somebody who had a relationship with the Creator, but didn't go the right way, and God had to cast him out because he said to himself, I am God. And what does a man want above all else? A man wants to be God.
To be head.
He wants to be the head. He wants to be the authority. He wants a bitch to bow down. But in reality, before a man can bow down, before a woman can bow down to a man has to understand his position with the Creator. Yeah, he has to recognize he God bitch. You my bitch.
You might have to say it like that.
I'm just saying, God, man is God bitch. I mean, you know what I'm saying? How about that? Man is God bitch. You my hoe. And until a man can understand that relationship with the Creator, that I'm created to be his woman. I'm created to be that vessel that God Almighty enters into and fills me up.
Facts.
Huh?
Facts.
Just like a woman, a man enters into a woman and fills her up. I'm the first woman created for God. I'm created to be a vessel for God to enter into and fill me up.
And technically, we're all start off as women before you even
even in the
womb.
Even in the womb, it starts off X chromosomes, and then one leg break off, and then you become a Y. So everybody's a female in the beginning. So if man can understand his relationship with the Creator, that I'm not the man, God is the man, I'm his bitch. And that when he comes into me and he enters into me and he created me a new life, I give birth to the man that God wants me to be. Okay, come on now. I'm going a little too far there. I'm going a little too far. My time is up. My time is up. Thank y'all. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. I do not want to go any further because I'm getting a little too deep with this. I'm going to let that go, and I'm going to leave that to her.
We're going to have we definitely going to, matter of fact, we might make this a thing, like
think about it. If you use, I don't know, I'm just saying, if you use your comments, think about it from the allegorical level.
We would have to
because
you would have to because you gotta think of it from an allegorical level because the whole thing is in parables. So it's parallel to something in life. It just you don't know what it is.
But when you understand it's parallel to life, you can see the truth of it.
Exactly.
You can understand that whatever Eve knew and went through with her bitch ass nigga Adam. You understand what I'm saying? Women know deep down inside. And whatever Adam went through with his whole ass bitch wife, Eve, then Adam done experienced that, so that we are actually struggling and dealing with shit that Adam and Eve done branded and set off in the beginning. Yeah, in the generation, it was set off in the beginning. You know, and I can go deeper than that with where we are as a people on a black level, but I'm just talking about it on a human level right now.
We'll get to that, yeah. We'll get to that another time. We're definitely gonna have to do this again.
That's what's up. Peace out, y'all. I'm getting ready to roll out. It's fantastic. It was interesting. Yeah. Thank you. You understand what I'm saying? The Queen, CB. You understand what I'm saying? JB. You understand QCB, JB? Yeah. Appreciate you. I'm out. Tony Rhone. Peace.
All right. And for those of y'all who know we didn't get to do the Easter egg hunt this weekend because I was at the battle rap event. But this weekend coming, I know it's late and today is Easter. I don't really celebrate the holidays, but in honor of you people and in honor of the community, we still want to do a We still want to do the Easter egg hunt next weekend. That's coming in, and it's going to be at the rec center here in Walterboro. At the park area and around the rec area. So for those of y'all who would like to bring your kids and let them come and do an Easter egg hunt, we would greatly appreciate it. It's for the community, for the kids to enjoy themselves and have some fun, and just out there to spend some time and get to know each other in the community and come together as one. So for those of y'all that can pop up, please pop up. For those of y'all who would like to donate, we would greatly appreciate it. If not, that is okay, because we got this on our own if we have to. But until next time, love you, Cornball, as always. Keep your head up. Have a great day. It's Easter. The day don't really mean what it means. But hey, for all my smokers out there, happy 420. It's our day. Light up. Until next time, have a great one.